Look at this fricking headline, guys. Liam Hemsworth's Geralt silences haters.
You sure about that?
And yet here is the Rotten Tomatoes score for Season 4 of The Witcher. The haters don't seem very silent to me.
Oh, dear God, no!
What's up, Space Pirates? This is your Admiral, the Dread Pirate Dr. Disaster, and the review scores are indeed in for Season 4 of The Witcher now. Yesterday, we saw the few preliminary reviews that come out for this newest season, but they didn't have a score yet. But now, we can see that with an 18% user score in the eyes of the audience so far, this show is Star Wars The Acolyte levels of cringe.
We're not gonna make it, are we?
Even the professional critics, the ones who dare give this show a score at all on Rotten Tomatoes, even they are scoring it pretty negatively, giving them a pathetic 56% so far. But you want to know what's really funny? Take a look at this right here. IGN is getting roasted for scoring The Penguin a 5, but The Witcher Season 4 is being given a freaking 7.
Right. Wait, you're serious?
Yeah, this is deadly serious. The mainstream media is an absolute joke, and they are clearly about as out of touch as it gets. For reference, look at how The Penguin scored on Rotten Tomatoes. That show got an 85% from the audience. People really liked it, and now look at what IGN said about the show. It says here, the limited series worships at the altars of The Godfather, Scarface, The Sopranos, and Breaking Bad, but Sophia's family are no Corleones, Oz is no Tony, and in these 8 episodes they're not given the time or space to get anywhere close. Meanwhile, this is what normal people think of The Witcher Season 4, and this is IGN's reaction to that show.
What? I love garbage.
But remember yesterday when we talked about how the showrunner was trying to justify all of their decisions regarding the Netflix Witcher show, saying that there's room for multiple versions of The Witcher? Well, based on everything that we are seeing and hearing about the show now, it looks like this version of The Witcher is the lesbian fever dream version. My earlier comparison of this show to the cringe that was Star Wars The Acolyte seems pretty apt because they made Ciri a lesbian in it. Of course they did, right? In fact, they invented this character here, apparently, just so they could check all the woke boxes possible. They apparently wanted to chase that same audience that enjoyed Star Wars The Acolyte, and you know what, dudes? You can have them. Meanwhile, the rest of us look at this slop and say,
"Suit yourself, queer."
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've had lots of people tell me that they've been unwillingly unsubscribed to the channel, so make sure you check on that, and also, don't forget to follow me over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster 1. And if you want to help keep the lights on, consider becoming a member of the channel for as little as $5. Anyhow, let's take a look at how this Acolyte version of The Witcher is being received. As Epic Mike here points out on X, apparently the first episode of Season 4 is just the writers trying to make the audience forget about Henry Cavill. They go full meta, apparently. As Nerdrotic points out, it's just like that scene at the beginning of Austin Powers' Goldmember, where they show Tom Cruise playing the role of Austin Powers in their fictional world, except in The Witcher, they aren't doing it for the laughs, but it is unintentionally just as funny anyhow. And I've gotta say, based on everything that I have seen of this show thus far in season 4, I consider it a good thing that Henry Cavill is no longer a part of this show. Not that it's good for the show or anything like that, but because it is good for Henry. I'm glad that he was able to leave before the taint of what it was becoming consumed him. Anyhow, if we circle back around to the headline that I read at the beginning of this video from CBR saying that Liam Hemsworth silences his critics, let's read this shit really quick before taking a look at how people took a dump all over this show on Rotten Tomatoes. The Witcher has not had an easy time since it first premiered in 2019. Season 4 faced controversy before anyone saw an image or even a bit of footage, with Henry Cavill's exit from the series and Liam Hemsworth being brought on board. This season of The Witcher is make or break for Netflix's flagship fantasy series, and while many viewers have already written off the series, it may be time for them to give Season 4 a chance, as Liam Hemsworth proves that he was the right choice to take over as the iconic monster hunter of the continent. Nah, my dudes, the right choice was to either keep Cavill or just cancel the damn show. But they wrote then, Cavill was one of the ultimate fan favorite castings in recent years with his turn as Geralt, and it was a huge blow to the series when he parted ways with the franchise, yet Season 4 silences many of the doubting fans and proves that The Witcher hasn't finished leaving its mark on the fantasy genre. Hemsworth needed to come out with a stellar performance as Geralt to prove he belonged, and he quickly establishes that he's more than worthy to carry the silver sword of a Witcher. Does he though? Maybe you're looking at a show that everyone else is not looking at, because the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, which resulted in this awful score here, were pretty damned scathing. This guy here gave it half a star, and he wrote, "The showrunner should never be allowed to make a TV show or movie ever again. Netflix made a massive mistake hiring her, and now they wasted hundreds of millions of dollars on a show no one wants to watch. I feel bad for the cast who tried their best. A couple of them had good performances, and I hope they go on to have successful careers." This person gave it 1 star and said, "If you've ever wondered what it would look like if a group of writers skimmed a Wikipedia summary of The Witcher, got bored halfway through and said, you know what, let's just vibe this out, congrats, you found this season. Geralt spends half the show looking like he's also trying to figure out what timeline he's in. Ciri could have been replaced by a random NPC with better plot consistency. And Yennefer? She's out here acting like she's in a completely different show, probably because she wishes she was. The dialogue feels like it was written by ChatGPT after a power outage. The lore? Gone. The tone? Missing. The source material? Left for dead in a swamp. If you loved the books or games, watching this feels like getting hit by an emotional silver sword. It hurts, and it's completely unnecessary. Final verdict: burn the scripts, toss a coin to a better writing team, and let Geralt rest. He's suffered enough. Then this person gave it a 1.5 star score and wrote, "I don't know why I even bother watching this show anymore. This is the worst season so far. If you change the names of the characters, I wouldn't know that this amateurish, generic fantasy fan fiction is based on The Witcher. I canceled my Netflix subscription last year, so I watched it somewhere else because I don't want to support them anymore." This guy then gave it half a star and said, "Season 4 is a horrible disappointment. I tried giving episode 1 a chance, but it honestly wasn't worth it. But you know what? We all knew this was going to happen. These people that don't like the season 4 of The Witcher, we are not silent." But Netflix ditched their audience in favor of the Acolyte audience, and I'd like to see what some of them had to say about it. This person gave this season 4 of 5 stars and wrote, I don't get all the hate this season has had. Sure, it's a bummer that Cavill isn't involved anymore, but Hemsworth is doing a pretty good job. This season has tons of fighting, awesome new characters in the party, and more of Sabrina the Gorgeous Witch. Please don't be dissuaded by some of the low ratings. Give it a go. Some of the low ratings? My dude, I had to scour down past 30 or 40 reviews just to find a positive score to report on. But don't worry guys, it's just some people giving this low ratings. Anyhow, then this guy gave the season a perfect 5 out of 5 stars and said, "I'm sorry, but just because you like Henry, you can't spoil this beautiful season. Go watch your favorite Henry, and he didn't exactly reflect Geralt's character according to the book, but you still loved him as Geralt. Not everything might go according to the book, but they still made a series worth watching. If you don't like it, then go away if you're bored already." And ladies and gentlemen, we just found the simp. You know what's funny about someone like this? He has his opinion, he enjoys the show, and my reaction to that is, hey, good for him. I don't like it, but at least someone is getting enjoyment. I hope they really enjoy themselves. But look at all the raw anger that came out from this person, telling us all to go away. It's funny how that mentality, where we say, hey, live and let live, you can have your opinion, I disagree, but hey, I hope you enjoy yourself. That opinion, that mentality is never reciprocated. When we share our opinions that the show sucks, well, we just need to go away. Well, tough shit, my guy. We are going away, but from the show, in the sense that we aren't watching that shit. But as for our opinions, you're stuck with them. People don't care for the direction of The Witcher, and that's just the way it is. If you don't like it, then you will have to go away from sites like Rotten Tomatoes. But I'm gonna leave it there. Drop your mockery of The Witcher Season 4 into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.